moving on to my next guest, she is Kinkini Deb. Kinkini is a Bengali singer, and she is joining us to treat us with some beautiful melodies, Bengali track as well. So we'll get to know more about her. Hi, Kinkini. Welcome to Kappa Prime Time.
Thank you so much.
We are quite excited to get a singer from Bengal and to get to know more about Bengal songs and music. So we know that you have got a very strong background in music, especially from your grandmother, and then you've got a lot of maestros who have taught you music. So just brief us about the interest that you have rather I would say like evolved or the interest that came to you. How was music? How did it happen to you?
Yeah, firstly, I would say thanks to all of you who has invited me for this great event which is happening on Kappa TV. And now coming on to the point that you asked me about, like how I got interested into music and how my journey has been till date. So the thing is, what I've got to know from my mother that when I was a baby child, and then whenever I used to cry on bed, so like my mother used to find that whenever the music was played on, I used to like stop crying.
Okay.
And in my family also, there is a background of music always, like happening from quite a number of generations. If not everybody professionally, but yeah, there is a practice. So out of that, my mom and dad thought that maybe I would have some interest in music, and henceforth I was initially actually tutored under them only. And then when I was in class 3, I started gaining my classical training from my maternal grandmother, Vidushi Shikta. And there I was taking training for almost 7 years around. And
Super.
I used to get my training mainly as a grandchild, you can say. And out of training me only, she used to tell that I have got confidence to actually train little kids. Otherwise, she didn't used to take up kids to be trained under her because she
Hmm.
was also shaky about how to train a child as a classical a beginner of
Understood.
classical music. And so after getting the talim from her, after
Hmm.
her demise, I'm going to Varanasi. I'm still continuing that. So in between, I go to Varanasi in an interval of 2 3 months. I stay there. I take
Mm-hmm.
talim there from Vibhushan Pandit Chanala Mishra of Varanasi Gharana, and he has been also I should say, he has been in a practice of singing the different other gharanas also. And so I'm getting in my learning of classical music, I get to know about different gharanas from him also.
Okay.
And in between, I have got 2 months training from Vidushi Purnima Chaudhary. I've been really lucky that all of my gurus, they have actually given me a very warm welcome, and I had a really great journey of getting to learn from all of them.
Great, great, great to hear that. We'd love to listen one song from your end before we continue with the conversation. So, any of your favorite
Yeah, yeah,
songs?
sure.
ये जो मिट्टी में ही महके सदा मन, वो जैसे सतरंगों का चोला मेरा वतन, वो जिसकी मिट्टी में ही महके सदा मन, वो जैसे सतरंगों का चोला मेरा वतन, मीठी शहद से हर एक बोली है भरी, प्रीत से इसकी झोली है.
Hey, nice, super.
Thank you so much.
That's so nice. All right. Kingani, Bengal has got great inclination towards, and great respect for arts. We've seen a lot of amazing singers from Bengal as well, who sing different languages, of course. But I don't know how the film industry is there because in Malayalam or in Tamil Nadu, we can, or South Indian films, we rather see that too much of importance is given to songs. So how is it in Bengal movies? Because I rarely see Bengal movies.
Yeah, so if you look from the start of cinema in Bengali, you will find that always music had been music and song both had been given quite a lot of importance actually. So if you see in the Bollywood industry at some point of time, most of the music directors, the maestros there, they were like mostly from Bengal. So Bengal always had this practice of music in its own culture. So here in like this culture was evolving in certain way, and then the taste of music changed to some extent in between. And now the form of music which is being practiced in Bengal, and Bengal like the music in used in like Tollywood industry here, that's again quite different than all those what should I say, the tradition which was there in songs which was being created for music used in the films here. So we can say that according to our change in mindset also, like how we are thinking of our modern society and how we are changing our lifestyle also, our music also involved in that kind of a way. But yes, like other than that, till date we actually love those songs from the golden era, which we actually normally say that it's golden era of Bengali music. We refer to those songs like all, like people from our generation, they also love to hear those songs, they practice those songs, they nurture those songs. So that's really great that we have always hugged all sorts of music which has been in practice in our film industry also.
কেন রোদের মতো হাসলে না, আমায় ভালোবাসলে না, আমার কাছে দিন ফুরালেও আসলে না, এই মন কেমনের জন্মদিন, চুপ করে থাকা কঠিন, তোমার কাছে খরস্রোতাও গতিহীন.
You have shared stages with a lot of legendary singers as well. So how was it? How was the feeling for you to sing with them and on stages, especially concerts?
Yeah, like it's really great. Like the first time when I got to share the stage, it was after I came as the topper in the Dolan Music Conference competition. There, I was being given a chance to perform as the inaugurator of that concert ceremony. And there were like lots of maestros who was there on the stage, and I was just in class 9 then, and it was,
Okay.
yeah, it was quite scary for me, and then also it was quite exciting. So yes, from then this kind of journey started, and then I was really fortunate to get to perform on the stages where these maestros like Pandit Ajay Chakraborty, then Shahid Parveez ji, Anup Jalota ji, and so many people, Rashid Khan ji, they all performed, and I'd been really fortunate to share the same stage and like be a part of the same concert there.
चुरा लिया है तुमने जो दिल को, नजर नहीं चुराना सनम, बदल के मेरी तुम जिंदगानी, कहीं बदल ना जाना सनम, मेरी याद हमरा दिल आएगी, फिर मुझको ना कहलाना चुरा लिया.
You have done your studies in sound engineering in SRFTI. So, how much has that institution or rather that school has helped you to be a better singer?
See, like my study in SRFTI was actually sound engineering course only. So yes, like music and sound, like music is a part of sound, as all of us know. So yes, from the technical side and also nurturing my aesthetics, my creativity, including the films which I work upon, everything taken together, like how to approach a music, which exactly scale to use when it is for a film. Like at some point of time when I was doing playback in my school days, then I couldn't understand why a particular scale was being chosen by the music director to ask me to sing in that scale. So when I went into this course also, I could understand the design of the film, the mood of the film, which demands certain kind of scales. Those are also important. So in this aspect, from there to like how to use a mic, just like even not giving the full throat voice for by your singing for the playback, and how to control your voice. What is exactly voice control? Like when you don't know about the technicalities, then the definition of certain like voice control and all these things are restricted to some extent. But when you get to know about these technicalities, and being a BTech engineer before taking up this sound engineer course, I could relate to all these things quite nicely, and it just came as a flow. It was gradual learning. So it is indeed now a part of me, which helps me to nurture all my aesthetics and creative aspects, which I have, and then doing like all my works, whichever I'm doing.
Great, great. Well, Bengali language and the songs, and definitely the language itself is considered very poetic. And you have done playback singing in films, serials, dramas, and all. So, how is the wavelength of each and every genre of songs? For take for example, serials and dramas, they have a different tone to it. So,
Yes.
how comfortable are you, and how do you enjoy, and how do you see the difference between singing for different kind of sets like film, serial, drama? Do you find any major difference while you sing?
Yes, so like as you said, if like each and every genres, like whichever genre I'm singing for, that's very different. Like when I first time sang for a comedy film,
Mm-hmm.
and when I sang for a comedy drama, it was quite different. Like when I was
Mm.
singing for a comedy drama, then I had to take up uh, a path which was quite louder while I was singing, louder in the sense of how you throw a note, how to use the modulation, which kind of modulation of voice is needed there. So that was quite different there. And not only that, like I always believe from the very first that music being associated with emotion.
Correct.
So when you follow your emotion and try to understand how it is being shown, where like for which platform you are singing, then I suppose each and every singers here they can actually understand that emotion and can sing. And then again the music director is there, the director remains there, so they can also explain. So while you are explained exactly, like when it's a drama, then how the stage lights are there, how the people are walking, and then what kind of incident is being shown, which kind of props are there. These were being explained to me, so that it becomes easy for me. But when it is for a film, then I try to ask the director or the music director that what exactly is happening, at least to give a background of that song to me so that I can relate it better. Because normally when we sing the same song for a stage performance or something, then also you can emote in a different way. Just following how you want to emote the song. But maybe for
Mm-hmm.
that film, for that plot, you might have to do a little bit of modulation. So these things are different, these are very small changes which you have to follow in while singing for the different platforms. But it's quite interesting to every time learn something, and it's quite adventurous for me and thrilling for me.
Understood, understood. All right, so we'll listen to another track of yours, which any favorite song of yours.
Okay.
আনমনে চলতে গিয়ে কোন পথে পেয়েছে বাধা যমুনাকে বলতে পারি
Kinkini, so far, you've sung a lot of songs as of which is the greatest achievement that you consider, in your career or in your musical graph that you would say, this is one of my greatest achievement or greatest recognition that I've received.
I guess I don't consider a particular, like I can't actually refer to a particular moment to be greatest achievement of mine.
Mhm.
But yes, like every time according to the situation I am in, according to the age and my gradual movement throughout my musical journey from my childhood, uh, I consider many events which has been very precious to me. One of the events I told you, and other than that, yes, I sang with Shanji once for animation film. and the name was Love Kush. Yes,
Okay.
I sang for them. Then, I got an opportunity to sing on stage with Hariji when I was in class 7.
Wow.
He like I went for I went for a performance there, and after listening to me, he asked me to join him on stage, and that was really such a pleasure to get an opportunity to perform with him on stage, and I really treasure those moments. So that is the thing, like I got invited by Pandit Ajay Chakraborty for one of the concerts he organized. So there are many moments which I really cherish. So I can't exactly pinpoint that this is the greatest achievement, but there are many
Super,
such
super.
moments which I want to treasure throughout my life.
Great to hear that. We'll listen to another track of yours and then we'll wind up.
प्यार का पहला खत लिखने में वक्त तो लगता है नए परिंदों को उड़ने में नए परिंदों को उड़ने में वक्त तो लगता है
All right. So, Kinkini, that is really sweet of you to have a talk with us, especially, introducing you to our Malayali audience is also a pleasure for all of us. So, keep up the good job, keep singing, and we hope that someday we'll listen to your voice in Malayalam as well. So, all the very
Thank you so
best.
much.